before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Drake London, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. The Chiefs were winners last week. They're looking to get to 2-0, and they lead at home. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Well, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Burrow on play action. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Just keeping the play alive. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
No surprise to see a sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A handoff to Mixon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the delay, it's Mixon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals just continue to roll. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, right time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Titans now just about ready to take over. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Pickett will look to pass it. This pass complete to Melton. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. second sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this one to Boyd. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He finds Robinson. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Again, it's Burrow. This one hauled in, and again, it's Robinson. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's got a Bengals 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And down to the 36-yard line here. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Titans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. That's taken in by Stewart. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On second down, they'll run with White, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 3. First down, Tennessee.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. They'll run it again with Henry. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. He's able to find Melton. And he's got another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Bengals 18. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Weber. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Pickett. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll throw again with Pickett. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Pickett. His pass caught at the 4. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass, brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 145 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here we go.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Burrow. And incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you...
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. This is Hamler on the receiving end. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Cook again.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one a first down pickup of 8. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Pickett back to the air on 2nd down.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
Try him with Pickett here on 3rd down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've officially gone final in Baltimore. The Jaguars able to come away with a victory there. Christian Kirk, he had a touchdown reception to help the cause. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bengals, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next.